Oh, wow. Hello guys, and welcome to episode 20 of my holding attack campaign in WARNO, playing on the NATO side. Previously, we continued our attacks towards Domažlice, but we are now fatigued, and I think I'm going to call it a day on the attacks for this turn. So we'll just move up the rest of our forces, which is just the Panzer Battalion 304 here. We'll shift them up to the front and make sure that they're ready to help defend against any counterattacks. And then we'll check elsewhere as well, just to make sure that I've moved everything. I'm pretty sure we have, as we that's why I always do it from like left to right, so that as I go I can make sure that I haven't missed anything. The Canadians will be arriving soon, turn 6. So yeah, I guess that's like next turn we're going to have access to the mech rifles of the Canadians. We also have more mech rifles. We've also got the Leopard C1s. Leopard C1s are actually pretty good because they have 2,275 meter range. Really nice indeed. Decent artillery and some decent air defense as well, especially in the form of the ADATs. Like using them to actually reinforce battles would be kind of nice because they act as really long range HDGMs as well with 2,800 meter range. ADATs is such a unique and interesting unit. Okay. Let's move on to the next turn. Actually, before we do, let's of course check casualties. So, 0 days has passed. 0 battles for, that doesn't seem right. Regardless, let's have a look at our stats here. So we got 0 battalions lost, 1,266 soldiers, 5 artillery, 202 tanks, 2 aircraft, 8 helicopters, and 193 support vehicles. And the AI has lost 29 battalions, 7,248 soldiers, 387 artillery units, 822 tanks, 7 aircraft, no helicopters, and 2,342 support units. So quite a drastic difference. It's about a 7-to-1. Tanks is maybe more close. It's like 4-to-1. But either way, not looking good for the Czechoslovakians. Let's move on to the next turn. And we have been engaged. So it looks like the 1st and 2nd Battalion of the 74th are coming back with a vengeance, but I don't expect them to both engage. It doesn't really matter either way, because we're gonna... Actually, if they bring in the artillery, maybe they will, because what will that be? 7, yeah, total potential on the attacker. If they bring in this artillery, that's going to be pretty disgusting. Let me just check the rest of these, because they're mostly OT-64s, and a lot of the like HGMs and stuff have already been killed. Because the HGMs and the recoilless rifles are often what they use first, so if they don't have many of those, it makes life a lot easier for Martyrs. So we could run them down with Martyrs very quickly, is basically what I'm trying to say. So I think we'll bring in the Panzergrenadier Battalion 122, and I'm not going to bring in my artillery for this one because I want to maintain... Actually, I say that. They didn't help this turn already, did they? So let's bring in the artillery just in case they full commit to this. Right, let's tactical battle and we'll jump on in. Okay, they did commit the artillery at least, so it's good that we have our artillery because we're going to be able to counter battery those rockets. Although those rockets are going to still be pretty scary to fight. So yeah, going to be rough. I think what we're going to do is we'll obviously just capture our main sector. We'll go ahead and capture this sector. But I'm just going to be spamming Martyrs with Milans, I think. How am I looking on the recon front? I have a little bit of recon left in one of these Panzergrenadier units. Let's put him there. And then we'll put one maybe here. And one maybe here. And then we're going to do all of the Marder Milans. The Marder Milans can sit on the edge of the tree line. We'll basically just drop off the infantry. So if I go like unload, 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 something like that, and then these ones will be like unload, load, unload, and we'll do like a couple more on that side. And then we'll probably want like a Milan or something just to kind of help cover the top there. We'll probably do another one for the middle. These Milans, they're kind of gonna be also like artillery bait because the AI will most likely try and hit the Milan. So I don't want to have them near my normal units. I guess large concentrations of infantry will also be a good target for their rockets, and the AI does like to focus that down. But let's just make sure we've got plenty of M109s, and those will all be on counter battery, of course. We might have some that are on fire at will. Okay, so that's plenty of artillery put down. I do have 4 more Jaguars. Got to be a little bit careful with Jaguars because they can't engage enemy infantry very well. So maybe what I should do is actually have like MGs with the Jaguars, so that those MG squads can deal with the enemy for us in the open. I could also drop a couple like Panzermorsers behind the tree lines and just put them on fire at will, and those will be again rocket magnets. On this left side, I'm not sure what I want to do here. Like usually they do sometimes push stuff down here. I might just put like a Milan over there. And do I want to put anything in here? Probably not. Panzerguns won't really fight very well at close range, so you don't really want to push that. But I do want to have something up here, so let's just drop a Panzergun further back. Okay, let's do something like that. We'll win by conquest anyway, so it's gonna be not too consequential. I don't imagine they're going to be able to contest Bravo and Charlie very much. Especially like if we actually get up to these tree lines, we'll be able to hold them outside of the sector. They might try and come down this road though, so we will move forwards the Jaguars and stuff to just kind of cover our left flank. Alright, we gotta run away from the OT blob because that is gonna be disgusting. Ah, too late. At least that one's okay. There's some T-55s coming in. Let's get these unloaded, let the Marders do their job. Put that on fire at well. A lot of rockets. Okay, good. Good kills. Good kills. Yeah, losing the infantry there is a bit rough. Let's just make sure my Panzerguns are spread out. Like the Afcutter, more specifically, that's what I'm talking about. Let's just move this across. Again, keep the Panzerguns spread out away from the Marders. Good. Really good. I'll let those leave. And what I'm going to do is pick up that Milan, and we're going to run away. Because there's a lot of Casualty coming in. And then we need to also make sure that we have supply. And more artillery, apparently, because they have a lot of artillery. I'm going to bring in a green archer over here just to spot that infantry in the open, and hopefully we can continue to do damage to it. Like, even my artillery that's on fire at will is counter battery, I think. Because those should be on fire at will, those are counter battery. Oh. It's just like, get out the way there. Oh, that was 2 artillery strikes. That was 2 of them. I didn't really respect that at all. 2 artillery strikes, just smack on target there. Let's make sure we're spread out enough in future, because I want that to happen again. Wild. They did catch up to me on the left side there. Again, we'll just go with like a couple looks. The looks will be able to engage those at a distance. We'll just keep the Milan away. Casualty. Are they actively dropping smoke now as well? AI be like, that's crazy. Right, give me another green archer up here because I need to be able to see what's coming. Oh, that was straight onto my supply truck. Alright, I'm gonna add some leaders to our artillery, since on counter battery the aim time is really good. I had a great comment saying, wouldn't it be a good idea to add leaders to your artillery? And I think, like, for fire at will it's not so important, right? But for counter battery it definitely is, because of the aim time. Being able to aim faster is like a huge bonus. Especially over time, we're going to be getting like veterancy on these because of the damage they're doing. Not permanent veterancy, but like veterancy for the battle. And it's going to be pretty useful. And they really are just running for me. I have more looks. I'm just going to have all the looks come up on this side. Gotta be careful not to get into, or let them get into range with those launchers. I've sent my martyrs over there. Very good. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That was a rocket strike. That was a big rocket strike. All those martyrs just got annihilated.
Wirkung im Ziel. Artillerie zu Dienst. Wirkung im Ziel.
Good kill.
Auf Empfang. Feind im Ziel. Wir sind hier ein leichtes Ziel. Feuerbereit.
Okay, good. Like manual counter battery, it seems like the way to go right now.
Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen. Ich hab ihn. Zu Ihren Diensten. Spähgruppe bereit. Feuerbereit.
I haven't been smashed that hard by the AI in a long time. I think it was like the first campaign I ever did in WARNO. I ended up like getting hit really hard by the Warsaw pack like artillery.
Feind gesichtet. Feuerschlag unterwegs. Zu Ihren Diensten. Wir nähern uns dem Feind.
I don't know if I have enough armor to actually kill these SOTs.
Panzer einsatzbereit. Sally! Rückwärts Marsch! Und zum 5. Kompanie bereit.
And we're gonna run away from that. That's gonna be a big flop.
Spähgruppe bereit. Artillerie steht unter Feuer. Ja, Hauptmann. Ziel zerstört.
Okay, it looks like they can't really fire back from that range at least, so that's good. We'll just slowly kill all of those on the left side. All of these can fall back, and we're just gonna hold the line there.
Geräuschdisziplin. Feind im Zielgebiet 1. Feind im Vorfeld. Feuerbereit. Wir wurden getroffen. Erhören.
Go for a zoom up this side, maybe.
Stellung halten. Verstanden. Bei erkanntem Feind Feuer frei. Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Wir sind hier ein leichtes Ziel.
Don't want firing over here.
Feuerschlag und wir stehen unter starkem Beschuss. Gute Arbeit, wir sind ganz ohr. Klar zum Gefecht.
Gonna take a wide berth around those buildings.
Panzer Einsatz. Der Fußfußgard.
Just make sure we move the Panzergrans away from these martyrs.
Und noch einen Leichensack.
For that reason. I think we just smashed this area with artillery, to be honest. That one's very damaged. Did I lose another artillery piece there? Not sure. Good hits.
Feuerwagen unterwegs. Volltreffer! Ziel zerstört! Das war die letzte Granate. Den unter Beschuss.
Yeah, we should probably just make sure we try and move them away. So much rocket artillery flying all over the place. I am kind of happy to be done with that battle. 99 kills, 18 losses. Still a total victory. Incredible. What a fight. A lot of martyrs dead, which is okay as long as the Panzergrenadiers survive. We lost 2 M109s, so I wouldn't say that went too bad considering the circumstances. That completely destroyed the 2nd Battalion of the 74th, and it is now our turn. So yeah, that was really good actually, and we could probably just auto-resolve our way forwards here, maybe. Actually, I'm not sure. The Gebirgsjäger are finally coming in on the flank here, and will likely be able to catch out some of the remaining forces. Like the Aufgarer battalion here, all these looks would be great to help deal with these forces. That being said, this one in particular, the 1st Battalion of the 74th, has like 6 recoilless, and in battle that would be more because of their increased availability. This is interesting. The counterattack from Sokolov. That's some pretty hefty units. Like, there's a lot of T-72s. Three lots of T-72s coming down there with no support, basically. I mean, just say that they do have 6 Gvozdikas each. They've got some infantry. Panzer Battalion's got some work to do there, that's for sure. Okay. How am I going to do this? I think we just kind of shift like this. And then we'll be starting on the left over here. Let me just check elsewhere what's happened, because we did see more troops coming down here as well. So that's more T-72s to deal with on the other side of Bur. At Domažlice, it looks like things are okay. So we do now have our Canadians arriving. So the Canadians are arriving at Wernberg. Okay. Double checking if I could bring them elsewhere, but it looks like they're just going to be backing us up on the push to Pilsen. So let's just start moving them up the road before I forget. Good. Alright, yeah, so we'll start with this attack. Let's see, prepare attack, display map. It's an open map, like the more open the better. We can also use aircraft here for sure. So, yeah, let's do it. We'll do Panzer Battalion, we'll do the Panzer Grand Battalion. If I were to bring everything like auxiliary and then aircraft, I have a feeling what I should do here is actually move the Pioneer Battalion backwards, and then they're more likely to full commit this. I don't think I need to use the artillery here. We'll do something like this, and then I'll bring in what would be best. Not those. We need the cluster ones really. Yeah, I think the big boy Canadian would be fine. Okay, and that's going to be, yeah, on this map. Let's tactical battle, and in we go. Ooh, got ourselves like a sort of night battle against T-72s. In theory, I think the Leopards would have a huge advantage in this situation. But for us, it doesn't make too much of a difference. The only thing that I'm going to have to be obviously careful about is like this area. This is really bad for us because it allows the T-72s to get close. We want to be engaging them at max range. We'll set up, like a bunch of tanks in different locations.
Ich höre, Herr
So we'll do like 3 over here. With a leader, we'll do 3 on this side with a leader. And I'll probably do, actually, maybe like all of them on this side, because it will kind of move up on that side of the town. Yeah, so we'll have like one group that kind of tries to get through to the other side of the town. And then we got one group that's going to be like defending from the right side of the town. Then I'll need some recon. Which we really don't have much of, so I guess it's going to be up to the looks.
Quer zur Stelle. Wir sind ganz Ohr.
We'll have this one just follow the leopards. These Jaguars we could use. I think also like having the MGs around would be good.
Befehle? Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin.
We put a couple of MGs about the place to help with infantry, if there is any. I don't think there's going to be that much infantry hanging about. I do have one more looks for the right hand side. I do.
Zu Ihrem Dienst.
Okay, that will do for the beginning. Off we go. And I will start bringing in some supply.
Brauchen Sie ein paar Augen und Ohren, Kommandant?
Might also bring in at least one Jaguar there.
Feind gesichtet. Halt! Abhocken und Beobachtungshausweichen.
We're going to have to be like super careful. We're going to be relying a lot on the cluster, I think, at the start of this one, because there's going to be a big old blob of T-72s somewhere. So we'll get a lot of these cluster Hornets ready to go.
Feind gesichtet. Ladeschütze! Ich habe hier das Kommando. Wir sind ganz Ohr. Marsch! Aber achten Sie auf unsere... On my way, Control.
The key will be to engage them at range. So they're still coming towards me. I'm actually just going to back it up. We're going to manually back it up because they're too close.
Wen sollen wir mitnehmen?
Den hat sie erwischt.
Neue Befehle?
Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir Morphium!
5. Kompanie bereit. Wir haben Feindkontakt.
Volltreffer! Ziel zerstört! Marsch! Aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanke! Geräuschdisziplin!
I'm going to be a bit careful here.
Right the ball!
And that one already took a side shot.
Ausweichen!
And they all roll up together like that. The auto spacing is so annoying.
Führungsfahrzeug bereit! Geräuschdisziplin! Marsch! Aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanke! Nachschub ist nicht alles, aber alles ist ohne Nachschub nichts.
Good hit. These need to be careful. Let's just make sure I move up my looks. We're gonna try and wheel up on the right side over there.
Munitionieren in Bereitschaft! Was sind Ihre Befehle? Waffen klar zum Gefecht! Wir rollen! Volltreffer! Ziel zerstört!
Their T-72s actually cost them 4 morale per kill, so that's really good.
Alpha! Kampfbereit! Kampf wird ausgeführt! Gute Arbeit, Lichtschütze!
Jagdpanzer bereit. Marsch! Aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanken.
Panzer halten! Erschossen! Keine Munition mehr!
Rude. Cheeky flank over here as well.
Sammeln! Gute Arbeit, Lichtschütze! Jederzeit verstanden! Aufspüren und vernichten! Der Alpha! Kampfbereit! Ich höre, Herr Hauptmann! Wir wurden getroffen! E-Mails an alle Einheiten! Feind gesichtet! Radiocheck! Höre Sie klar und deutlich!
I don't have many of these BMPs.
Schuss, rückwärts, Marsch, rund zum Feind.
Leopard moving forwards. Bonk.
Letzte Rakete.
Okay, good.
Langsam, Panzer einsatzbereit. Achtung, Feind im Nahbereich.
I see about maybe pushing a little bit on this side. I think there's going to be a bunch of tanks in here. Make sure we deal with that. So we'll do one on one side, one on the other side. Seeing that move in there, it makes me think that they just built up all of the T-72s we saw on the right in that forest. So let's see if I was right.
Mud mover ready. Winchester.
Maybe not. There was one in there. That was just probably just the one we saw.
Wir geben auf. Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Hier ist Geräuschdisziplin. Führen Sie uns voll. Die Befehle sind eindeutig. Bewegung. Motor an und dann los. Es hat den Fahrer erwischt. Los, übernehmen. Holen Sie das Fernglas. Gute Arbeit, Wegschütze.
Okay, good. Really good kills. Like killing the recon in this tank unit is super important because they don't have much of it.
Wo brauchen Sie uns?
Like these BMP ones and the Pluskommunizie.
Holen Sie das Fernglas.
Sneaky. Very cool watching these fight at night like this.
Hier ist Ausweichen. Angriffsformation. Sammeln. Marschpause. Zu Befehl. Rückwärts, rückwärts, rückwärts. Ladung der gute Arbeit. Panzer einsatzbereit. Schuss, Radar. Langsam, Panzer einsatzbereit.
We don't keep pushing there. When we don't go forwards, we go backwards. Because the nice thing about Leopards is they have really good motion accuracy. So there's no reason for me to like stand there and fight them at their max range when I can just continue backing into my max range. Like if I have overwhelming numbers, sure it works, but yeah, there's no point in like risking my tanks in those situations. Alright, well, that was not too bad. Let's see if we can make a little bit more ground over here. I am just a bit worried about like these tree lines having enemies in them.
Alpha an Marsch. Aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanken. Waffe klar zum Gefecht. Wir rollen. Panzer, halt. Rückwärts Marsch. Rund zum Feind. Brauchen Sie ein paar Augen und Ohren, Kommandant?
All good kills though. All good kills.
Achtung, Feind im Nahbereich. Zu Ihren Diensten. Volltreffer! Ziel zerstört! Achtung, Feind im Nahbereich.
Do have enough to bring in like more leopards, so let's do that on the right hand side here.
Führen Sie uns, folgen Sie uns oder gehen Sie aus dem Weg. Jawohl. Zu Ihren Diensten.
Bravo 1 hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet.
Was sind Ihre Befehle? Marsch, aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanken. Jederzeit gefechtsbereit. Scheiße, Vater.
Yeah, there's definitely some units over on that side.
Ready to
Let's
attack.
go 1, 2, and then maybe 3, something like that with the cluster hornets. I thought the hornets would be more useful here, but I don't have as many eyes as I thought. We can't see too much right now.
Ready to attack.
And a lot of these tanks are just getting taken out by the leopards anyway. There was something there, we didn't kill it. We hit that with a bombing strike.
Volltreffer! Ziel zerstört!
Beauty of a leopard.
Winchester, mud mover ready.
Befehlsstelle bereit! Zu Befehl! Scheiße, Vater! An alle Einheiten! Feind gesichtet! Wo brauchen Sie uns, Kameraden?
We're getting kind of low on supply here. Let's make sure we bring up some more. The reason I'm just speeding up the game occasionally is because I really want to keep pushing necessarily. We want them to try and push us out of the sectors, which is what they will try to do. We could maybe try and like set up some sort of line here, but not really worth it.
Volltreffer! Ziel zerstört! Sammeln!
We've got the tanks ready on this side. Which should allow me to at least push out the right side of this sector.
Wo brauchen Sie unsere Feuerkraft? Ladeschütze und Munitionieren im Bereitschaftsbunker. Was sind Ihre Befehle? Geräuschdisziplin. Jawohl, Kommandant.
I'm gonna have a couple of AT Hornets hanging about.
Was sind Ihre Befehle? Jawohl, halt! Abhocken und beobachten! Laderadio-Check! Höre Sie klar und deutlich! Gute Arbeit!
Those AT Hornets, they have cluster, not cluster, like AT rockets on them.
Mud mover ready.
And so they're pretty effective in a short, like they're very quick and they can attack multiple targets. Nice.
Alpha an alle! Funküberprüfung, kommen!
I'm gonna try and expand our perimeter a little bit on this side since we have so many leopards.
Wünschen, Hauptmann! Achtung! Feind im Nahbereich! Gute Arbeit, Lichtschütze!
Read you 5x5.
Gute Arbeit, Lichtschütze!
Roger. Redeploying. No.
Arbeit, Lichtschütze!
Good kills. Not too many more to go, honestly.
Wo brauchen Sie unsere Feuerkraft? Die Befehle sind eindeutig. Bewegung! Volltreffer! Ziel zerstört! Zu Ihrer Verfügung, Kommandant! Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet.
The rockets look really cool at night. So do the flares. We'll let both of those leave. We have cluster ones ready to go. Let's have the clusters out and about and then we can dive in and cluster a couple more tanks to get the victory. I know what I'm hoping to do.
Alpha an Arm, aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanken. Gehen wir das Lagebild verdichten.
Go on,
There's one of them. Alright, that should be GG once these clusters hit the mark. There we go. There's a lot of Strellas in the middle there. That was a perfect battle. Wow. 120 kills, 0 losses. It wasn't particularly difficult because of the like T-72 versus Leopard matchup, and there's not really much in the way of support. If they'd used more artillery, it might have been a bit more difficult. But that's put a huge dent into them there.
Good hit on one.
Unfortunately, the Panzer Battalion is stretched very thin right now on that left side. They're not recovering fatigue very quickly. I guess what we could do against like a proper push here from these is spam AT gems, honestly. It might not be a bad idea. If this artillery gets involved though, the Dunners, that could be scary. But we do have the Panzer Artillery Battalion ready to help if needs be. Alright, so we're probably not going to make any more attacks towards Sokolov. We kind of blunted their T-72 push there. The next one will just be cleaning up these so that my forces can carry on towards Pilsen. I may want to like send an extra unit back though, like the Panzer Battalion 104. Maybe it'd be worth keeping them there, although they would just straight up lose to T-72, so that's not really a good idea. Like maybe some Panzergrens or something like that. We've got these like fresh Panzergrens that are ready to go. If I were to attack here, let's have a look. So, just the Panzergren Battalion. If I brought up this unit probably just needs to fall back. So I can bring up a fresh unit of something else. And then we can prepare the attack, go in like this. Artillery seems unnecessary for this battle. Or does it? It's like one of those moments where I might as well, right? Let's just move this out of the way so I can move this back up a little bit like that, and then we would take the Panzer Battalion 104, we'll take the Panzergren Battalion 122 and the Panzer Artillery Battalion 115, and we'll hit the 1st Battalion 74th, and then we'll just wipe out the artillery afterwards. That's going to be the play, I think, unless I want to use the Geburgsjäger, but the trouble with the Geburgsjäger in this situation is they don't have like armored transports, so all the Geburgsjäger, unless it's like a forested map, are going to be kind of useless. If it was a forested map, that'd be great. Let's just see what map it will be. No, okay. Yeah, definitely better to go the way that I had planned. So it's a shame that this flank isn't really going to amount to much. I guess the Aufklärungs battalion could come in there and help out. That also gets rid of that big old salient, so happy with that. And they can join in as an auxiliary, so yeah, that will certainly be easy peasy. There might even be a total victory at that point, right? Yeah. Okay, we don't even have to play it out. Perfect. Let's do that then. Yeah, we'll just not use the Panzer Artillery Battalion, and therefore I can move them up further. So we'll auto-resolve that. And it did cost us more than I'd hoped, but we got the total attacking victory. We'll just do another prepare attack there and auto-resolve that. And then we can have my fresh Panzergrens come up and obliterate them. Just move that one out of the way so this one can come up. I wish I could move that one out of the way. It looks like they'll have to go there and that one can go there. It's going to be a total victory anyway, because it's an artillery unit. Then we move up and finish it off. Brilliant, what a breakthrough. And that's all good. Can't we just keep pressing forwards then? As far as we can. Very nice. I don't know if I want to leave an extra artillery battalion here. Also, we'll send a Geburgsjäger in that direction, and then one can carry on towards Plana. We're going to have plenty of artillery here anyway, aren't we? Although, actually, they only have one artillery on the push towards Pilsen. Now we'll have two. We'll have 2 to help stop this. Yeah, we'll leave those there for the time being, and they can assist on battles on that side. Perfect. Well, unfortunately, guys, it has been my time, but huge progress made on our left flank. Now we're going to be moving on to the attacks, moving up to Pilsen, and then the attacks at Domažlice, of course. That's all for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.